Hello beautiful people, it's Dr. Lilian here. You're welcome and welcome back again to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, please click on the subscribe button so you can join the family and turn on your post notification bell as well so you get notified whenever I post a new video, okay? This came highly requested, and from the title you already know what we're about to talk about, right? Yes, so I'm going to be sharing you useful tips that helped me prepare appropriately for my MDCN exam and pass the exam in one sitting, right? Even after graduating from med school 3 years ago. Yes, so stay tuned, watch till the end. I believe that these tips are also going to be immensely helpful to you as well, okay? Yeah, so without further ado, let's dive right into it. First off, you need to be determined and believe in your heart that you are going to pass this MDCN exam, okay? Yeah, so I'm going to be emphasizing more on the right mindset. So you need to develop the right mindset for this exam. A mindset that makes you believe that even if MDCN decides to pass only 5 doctors, you're going to be amongst the 5 doctors, okay? So that's the kind of mindset that you need to develop while starting your preparation for this MDCN exam. I'm not ignorant of the fact that preparing for this exam could be really scary, yeah? It's scary because we don't really have the appropriate materials to prepare towards this exam, like past questions and all of that. So most of us just guess that, okay, I believe this will come out in the exams, this sort of questions will come out in the exams, even your tutorial centers as well. So they just try to simulate what the MDCN exam is, but they don't really have the actual questions from the MDCN exam. So it could be scary, yeah. That I'm not ignorant of, okay? And also the fact that every year the percentage pass rate is not encouraging, right? It's not encouraging in any way, so it's enough reason for anyone to be scared. So I get you, but I want you to try and get rid of that fear, okay? Because going into this exam with fear is not going to help you in any way. You need to be strong, you need to believe in yourself, you need to be confident that no matter what happens, this will be my first and the last time of sitting for this exam. That's the kind of confidence I want you to build, okay? I know you can build it because I was able to build it, so I believe that you will also build that sort of confidence in you, okay? Secondly, you need to join a tutorial center. I can't overemphasize on this. This is because the tutorial centers are there to guide you, right? To prepare you in a way that you are exam focused, right? You don't need to read the whole textbook or everything you need for you to be able to write this exam. You need to be focused on what is going to be presented to you on that exam day, and that's what your tutorial center helps you to do. It helps you to narrow down the study materials and the study process, okay? It makes it easier for you to study, and again, it actually brings you into a community where you have like-minded doctors that are also taking the same exams with you. So it helps to increase your motivation, right? And I also encourage you to show up for your mock exams. Make sure you show up for your mock exam. No matter what happens, try to show up for your mock exams in your tutorial centers. So these mock exams are basically simulation of what the MDCN exam would look like to help you to develop your speed and confidence for the exam. Thirdly, get ready to leave your comfort zone and push yourself. Let me say, for instance, you're comfortable with just reading for 2 hours a day, and that's usually fine with you, right? In med school, or so far so good. But for these exams, you need to put in more work. You need to put in extra work. You need to put in the extra time needed to slay these exams once and for all. So it will require you to start reading for up to 8 hours a day. I just want you to do that, okay? I know it seems impossible, right? But it's very doable. You know that joining an online tutorial center is not going to be good for you or it won't benefit you in any way. Please find a way to locate an on-ground tutorial center where you don't have any sort of distractions, maybe family members or family problems or friends, whatsoever, right? And that brings me to the next point. You need to get rid of distractions. Yes, get rid of any form of distraction. If it's your family, tell them that for this period of time, I need to focus on my exam, and that's why I have to leave the house. I won't be here. I'm going to the on-ground center. For me, I knew that coming to the on-ground center will keep me more focused, right? So that's what I did. I left the online and went to the on-ground, and it was very, very, very helpful for me. Okay, yeah. And you also need to get rid of social media for the meantime. Yes, you just have about 3 to 4 months depending on your tutorial center plan for you. You have just about 3 months roughly. So 3 months, leaving social media for 3 months won't hurt you in any way, right? But you know you can discipline yourself to using social media for just 1 hour a day, then you can go ahead, right? And also, if you have a job, like something you're doing that brings you money and all of that, um if you can pause that for a while, please do so, because this exam requires you to put in the work and put in enough time. You need time. Time is of essence. Okay, every time, every minute, every second is a great opportunity for you to learn something new, okay, or for you to build on the knowledge you've already acquired, right? Next thing you need to have in mind is the nature of the exam, right? What is necessary, what you would actually expect on the exam day. Yeah, the exam is divided into 2 days, where you have the first day of the exam, you get to do your MCQ, which is multiple choice question. With the multiple choice question, I want you to know that as foreign trained doctors, the way our MCQ questions are being set abroad is different from the way Nigeria sets their multiple choice question. Nigeria multiple choice question is based on true and false method. That's why you need your tutorial to help you to explain this method, so you know how to tackle those questions for the MCQ whenever you see them. To better prepare you for the MCQ, your tutorial center, normally they have like a website where you have a question bank that simulates the MDCN exam. So with that, you're able to prepare yourself better. You work on your speed, you work on your accuracy as well. Then the next phase of the exam is picture test. The picture test is also a multiple choice question section. So you need to practice a lot of picture tests and all of that, which will be provided to you by your tutorial center, right? For the second part of the exam, which is the OSCE, you have about 10 stations, right? So these 10 stations comprise of clerking, counseling, level of prevention, short questions, long questions, and so forth, right? So for you to better prepare yourself for the OSCE part of the exams, you need to start reading books. There are lengthy textbooks and short textbooks that summarizes everything in the long textbook. So for me, reading the long textbook, it didn't quite hit it for me, you know, because I left med school like 3 years ago, as I stated earlier. So it was just too much and overwhelming for me. So what I did was I invested my time in preparing with about 3 of the short summarized textbooks. I used guide Medscholar books, 2 of their books from Medscholar, and also used principles as well. So I combined these 3 short books, and that's how I was able to retain my knowledge, right? But if you're just fresh out of med school and you feel like you can, you know, you have the strength to read those long textbooks and all of that, then you can go ahead. Okay, one thing I want you to know is that for you to pass this exam, it's more of the amount of knowledge you're able to retain, okay, and produce when needed. So that's why you need to keep on revising everything you've read. You have to continuously revise, okay, and make sure that what you're reading is sticking. It's not about reading to 15 books or 200 pages of book, and then when they ask you a question from it, you're not able to remember, right? So you need to work on your retention. That's why I would advise active and passive revision. Okay, so normally your tutorial center will pair you into groups. In these groups, you're supposed to practice your physical examination and every other part of the OSCE. Make sure you attend your group meetings. And if you're in a study group that is not functional, maybe the doctors there are not serious and all of that, I'll advise you to move to another group or try to form a separate study group that you know that the doctors there are very serious about passing these exams once and for all. Okay, yeah. So the company you keep determines your success basically in these exams. And for the exams, you're required to get some instruments as well, like your stethoscope, thermometer, a measuring tape, and whatnot. Your tutorial center will tell you everything you need, or you can just go to the MDCN website. Everything you need is actually on that website. You can get them beforehand. Okay. Then to personally practice on a daily basis for these exams, you need to draft out a personal study timetable. This is very important. In personal study timetable, you can allocate a particular amount of time daily where you practice your clerking, counseling, level of prevention, physical examination, and everything that has to do with the OSCE and also MCQs, right? MCQs and picture tests. You need to create a personal timetable and make sure you're consistent with your timetable. Make sure if you say you want to do maybe one clerking, one counseling, one level of prevention per day, make sure you're consistent with it. Okay, so because the day of the OSCE exam, the truth is you'll be very anxious, anxiety will come in, but what will help you is what comes out of your mouth, right? For the fact that you've been practicing for a very long time, every day consistently, and you try to summarize everything you need to say in like 3 to 4 minutes, yeah, I think you're good to go. Okay, on the day of the exam, because on the day of the exam you're given just 5 minutes to share your knowledge, write everything you know, or say everything you know within a short amount of time. Okay, so that's why you need serious practice to be better equipped to do that. My final tip is you need to pray like never before, and don't relent in asking for help at all. If you know you're struggling somewhere or with a particular section, let's say you're struggling with counseling or clerking, please don't hesitate to ask for help. Okay, that's why you have your study group mates, that's why you have your tutors, right, to guide you. So make sure you ask for help. Don't leave any stone unturned. You make sure you turn every stone as possible to avoid regrets in the end. Okay, and pray like never before. Prayer works. So prayer works, honestly. Okay, from my own personal experience, in my tutorial center we had like 3 mock exams. So on the final mock exams, the 3rd mock exam, during the OSCE, I realized that my vision went blurry. I couldn't see. I just had to force myself through the whole process of the OSCE. When I went to the hospital to check it out, I got to realize that I have a very poor eyesight, of which I never knew about until that day. Imagine if it was on the day of the exam that something like this happened to me. What would I have done? So that's why it's very important to pray. Pray for favor, pray for retentive memory, pray that God should reveal to you anything that you need to do or get out of the way in order for you to pass this exam. That's why you need prayers. Okay, pray for good health so that on the day of the exam, now when you start having running tummy, or maybe you're unable to stand up from your bed, that's automatic failure. Okay, so that's why you need to pray. So ask for help. There is no shame at all in asking for help. Okay, if you don't know anything, you don't know it. That's why you're there to learn. So make sure you utilize the presence of your tutors, the presence of other doctors as well, and study together. Ask for anything you need to know at all. Ask. Okay, in case you're wondering what tutorial center I used Meditudes, so you can check them out. They were very helpful, very kind, to us, and I'm grateful that I actually used them. They pushed me until I left my comfort zone finally. So yeah, I recommend them, highly recommend. And as you follow through with all these tips I've mentioned, please don't forget to rest. Okay, rest and have a proper night's sleep. All right, for your memory's sake, and try to take breaks once in a while. Go out, chill with your friends, have a good time. All work and no play makes Jack what? A dull boy. So relax your mind and believe that God will crown your efforts with success. Okay, this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for staying through to the end. Please share this video to someone that it will be useful to. Like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Okay, so I wish you good success in your exams, and I will see you in my next video. So bye for now.